Hi, and welcome back to the Purple Frog Systems YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about using AI vision to automate regulatory compliance standards in the advertising and marketing industry. For any company that produces any images, videos, or maybe in radio ads, they must meet regulatory compliance standards. And this can be quite arduous for a team within these companies to do, as for each image, each radio ad, or each video, someone needs to go and check if they are meeting these regulatory compliance standards. And sometimes they can be wrong, and there could be a financial loss due to that, due to fines. So, how can AI vision fix this problem? Well, we can take images and feed them into a ChatGPT-like system and ask questions of these images, such as, are there weapons in these images? Are there false claims made? If we're in the gambling industry creating adverts, there are a lot stricter regulatory compliance standards to meet. So we can't be glorifying gambling. We can't be making claims of guaranteed wins. We can't have anyone under the age of 18 in adverts in the gambling industry. And the fines can be a lot harsher in the industry as well. So meeting these regulatory compliance standards are even more vital there. So we can go and ask these and get questions and get reasoning back from the AI vision systems we put in place. So for today's demo, I'll be using 4 images, which I'll go through now. The first of which being the famous Red Bull adverts, which, if anyone remembers, a couple of years ago, they were taken to court over someone taking their Red Bull gives you wings advert quite literally, and they won that case. Hence why we now usually see this spelling of wings in Red Bull's adverts. So I'll be using this version where we have the triple I spelling, and this version with the one I spelling, and asking which one is making a false claim. The next image, an old school American advert for a shotgun, and I'll be asking if any weapons are apparent in the image. I've gone for a cartoony image to make the AI system work a bit harder and kind of prove how ubiquitous the technology is. And then I've also got this image here, where on face value, you could make the assumption that by drinking pomegranate juice and getting their antioxidant power, you can cheat death. Obviously a false claim. We're going to start off with the image of the pomegranate juice. So to go through what this code is doing quite briefly, we have the location that I've uploaded that image to, and we're just making it so the GPT can read that image. And then we're telling the system how we want it to respond to us. So we want it to respond in a strict JSON format, as that's easier to use downstream. We're asking it to give us a result of a yes or a no, as well as the reason in a brief explanation. Now, in the settings for the system, I have truncated this brief explanation to just a few characters, just because it's for demo purposes. So we're asking the question, is there a false claim made in the image? So let's give that a run. I can see it gives a result of yes, and the reason being the advertisement insinuates that drinking pomegranate juice, etc., etc., and we can presume what the rest are going to be because the truncations come in. That drinking pomegranate juice will allow you to cheat death, which we obviously know is a false claim. The system has picked that up and said yes, a false claim is being made in the image. So we can move on to the next one, where we're talking about the image with the Winchester 22 shotgunning. And we're asking the question, are there any weapons in this image? Obviously, by UK standards, we do not advertise with images with weapons in. So there would be a breach of regulatory compliance there. So let's give that a run. It gives us a result of yes, the reason being the image includes illustrations of rifles. So very happy with that result. It's picked up that yes, there are weapons in this image, so that is a breach of regulatory compliance. But it's even picked up that it's not just actual images of the weapons, it's illustrations of. So you can tell the difference between photos and real-world images as opposed to those that have been drawn or created digitally. I did the illustration of the guns to throw a curveball at this system, but let's throw another curveball in what was a real-life scenario with Red Bull, where there are adverts with Red Bull gives you wings, which is the single I, caused them to get in quite a lot of regulatory trouble a couple of years back, where someone took that literally. What we're expecting from these two cells as we go through is that the image with just the single eye in the wings will be a yes, a false claim is made, and the image with wings double eye brings back no, a false claim has not been made, because it's not giving you wings, and W-I-N-G-S, wings, isn't a real word. And so there's the artistic license coming in to make it so that a false claim is not being made. So let's run that. So yes, it's correctly picked up that wording of wings. Is a false claim being made? And you can see it's picking up on that phrase, Red Bull gives you wings. Presumably because it's identifying that with the single spelling of I. That's a false claim. We've gone to the next one with double I. It's giving you the result of a no. Again, the statement Red Bull gives you wings being what we're looking for there. And it's picked up that difference in spelling between W-I-I and W-I-N-G-S. So there we go. Hopefully an insightful demo that you found useful, showcasing how AI can be used to automate regulatory compliance in the advertising and marketing industry. So if you have liked that video, please like and subscribe. And I look forward to showcasing something great and wonderful from the world of AI next time.